What's going on YouTube? Dave back again, and today we're taking a look at the RevPunx Royal Punk Spinner, and this is in brass. Roll the intro. Hey, I hope everybody had a great weekend. Hope most of you ended up catching my live stream that I ended up doing yesterday on Sunday. This, as usual, is Monday, so we are going to be reviewing this guy, which came from Spinetic Spinners, and giving it away. Of course, as usual, links will be down in the description to check it out on Spinetic Spinners, and also enter the Gleam.io contest. Winners will be, or winner, I should say, will be picked on a Sunday. So I ended up seeing this and grabbed it pretty much as soon as it popped up on Spinetic. I was kind of curious to see on there. And yeah, so without further ado, let's get into it. Popping off the lid, you're greeted with the RevPunx Royal Punk in its nice foam container, being all held nice and snug. Getting out of the tin, just taking a quick look at the back. Warning, choking hazard. Now you guys will notice up in the corner up there, I have a spin video so you guys can see how it ends up looking. And before anybody says anything, yes, I actually did a spin video on every one of the spinners coming up, and I wrote the spin times on the back of the containers. Taking a look at the RevPunx Royal Punk, I think it's just called the Royal Punk. But this is actually kind of cool. There are a few little discrepancies that I want to talk about when we get up and close. But for the most part, this is very comfortable. I'm liking it. It is very quiet. There is that gyroscoping effect, but no wobble in there, no play in the buttons and body. Weight in grams is 81.5. In ounces is 2.88. This does have an R188 in steel inside of it. And I like these buttons. They're just really, really big, and I like the shape of them. But we'll take a look at those here in just a second. We're going to drop down to the table real quick. All right, guys, as usual, here we are for a super uppy closey look. You can see on the buttons there, the way that they ended up lasering those. You've got a little bit thicker over here. It gives you a nice effect. You will notice on each side there is a little divot there. If you're one of those that likes to balance it on items and spin it, this will do that. Taking a look at the CNC machine work, it is actually pretty good. You get some nice swirl effects on the brass. Taking a look at the edges, seem to be a pretty finished up on there. There's nice chamfering on all these corners. No sharp spots on there. No sharp spot actually for this being a sharp edge on the buttons as well. One of the places I have found that there are catches, when I spin it, I end up catching sometimes on here, or I want to do that on these little edges right in here. There are some sharp spots on there, so you might want to be cautious of that. Taking off the buttons. One thing I want to note to you, these buttons are very tight tolerance to inside of the bearing. The buttons are solid brass. Nicely done. I can see those being used for other items. Here's the backside on there. You have your standard retention ring, popping out the ring, popping out the bearing. You do have, I believe, a 10-ball R188 in here. This is in steel. You do want to be cautious with steel when cleaning them with anything with any percentage of water. Taking a look at the machine inside, it is nice and clean, nice, sharp. No burrs. Retention ring back in. Button 1, button 2, and there we go. You do get a little bit of hum, which is normal with brass. I find it actually kind of soothing. It's not irritating or anything. All in all, this is a very comfortable spinner. I was thinking about taking my buffer wheel and polishing this all up, but I will leave that up to the winner. If they want me to, I will polish this up. Otherwise, it will get shipped out just like this. I think I might end up picking up another one of these when they're in stock of the stainless steel. Right now, currently on Spinetic Spinners, this is $34.99. Like I said, as usual, down in the description, there will be links to both the Gleam.io contest and also for checking this out on Spinetic. If you guys haven't met him or talked to him, Joshua Young is a really cool dude, and I believe they just opened up a storefront. Again, this did get a great spin time of 7 minutes and 4 seconds right out of the package. If you like the design and everything, this is really great. Personally, I would like to see these parts polished. This part right here, the little diamond, and these edges. Personally, myself, I just like the smoothness of polished brass. But is it worth the money? I think so. For the value that you get and everything else and the service, there's no wobble, there's no play. It is very well done. If you guys like what you see and you want to see more, make sure and smack that subscribe button right over here. Check out my last video right over there. As usual, YouTube, thanks for hanging out with me. Peace out.